Benjamin Franklin, one of America's founding fathers, is best known for his role in shaping the nation's early political and intellectual landscape. But Franklin was so much more than a diplomat and political leader. He was a scientist, an inventor, a writer, a businessman, and a visionary who believed in the power of reason, innovation, and self-improvement. Franklin's contributions to American society were vast, and his legacy endures today, from his pivotal role in securing American independence to his pioneering work in electricity and his creation of the public library system. His ability to balance practical knowledge with enlightened thinking, his commitment to civic responsibility, and his dedication to advancing human progress make him one of the most influential figures in American history. In this video, we will delve into the fascinating life of Benjamin Franklin, from his humble beginnings in Boston to his rise as a leading figure of the American Enlightenment, and from his groundbreaking experiments with electricity to his key role in shaping the new United States. Franklin's story is one of curiosity, innovation, and perseverance, qualities that have made him a symbol of what it means to strive for a better, brighter future. Benjamin Franklin was born on January 17, 1706, in Boston, Massachusetts, to Josiah Franklin and Abia Folger. Josiah, a candle maker, had 17 children from 2 marriages, and Benjamin was the 15th child. Although the Franklin family was not wealthy, Josiah emphasized the importance of education. Franklin's early exposure to learning came from his father, who, despite his limited formal education, valued reading and self-improvement. Franklin attended school only until he was 10 years old, as his family could not afford to send him to high school. He was then apprenticed to his brother James, a printer, where he learned the craft that would shape his future. During this time, Franklin developed a deep love for books, reading everything he could get his hands on. He became particularly interested in philosophy, science, and literature, all of which would influence his later endeavors. At the age of 16, Franklin ran away from his apprenticeship and moved to Philadelphia, where he started a new life. It was here that he began to build his reputation as a printer and writer. Franklin worked for various printers, including the famous Andrew Bradford, and eventually launched his own printing business. His entrepreneurial spirit and determination to succeed were evident in his early ventures, including the establishment of his own newspaper, the Pennsylvania Gazette, in 1728. While running his business, Franklin also pursued his interests in science and invention. His curiosity led him to experiment with a wide range of topics, from the properties of air to the workings of electricity. Franklin's intellectual pursuits laid the foundation for the wide-ranging achievements that would come later in his life. Benjamin Franklin's writing career began when he started publishing Poor Richard's Almanac in 1732. The Almanac, filled with witty aphorisms, practical advice, and observations on life, became one of the most successful publications in colonial America. The persona of Poor Richard was an alter ego Franklin created, and the sayings that came from him, such as "a penny saved is a penny earned" and "early to bed, early to rise, makes him unhealthy, wealthy, and wise," resonated deeply with readers. The Almanac's success helped Franklin establish his reputation as a printer and a thinker. Franklin's writing extended beyond his almanac, and he began contributing essays and letters to various newspapers. His essays on morality, virtue, and the importance of civic responsibility were widely read and appreciated. As a printer and publisher, Franklin played a significant role in shaping the intellectual landscape of colonial America, offering a voice for Enlightenment thinking and advocating for reason, self-improvement, and public welfare. In 1730, Franklin married Deborah Reed, and the couple had 2 children, Francis and Sarah. The marriage, though often troubled due to Franklin's frequent absences and work commitments, was an important chapter in his personal life. He became deeply involved in civic affairs in Philadelphia, where he served as a councilman and eventually as the city's postmaster. Benjamin Franklin was one of the leading scientists of his time, and his experiments and discoveries revolutionized the fields of electricity and other scientific areas. His interest in electricity began in the 1740s when he conducted a series of experiments that would make him famous. One of Franklin's most notable achievements was his work with electricity, which culminated in the famous kite experiment of 1752. During a thunderstorm, Franklin flew a kite with a metal key attached to the string, proving that lightning was a form of electricity. This experiment led to the invention of the lightning rod, a device that could protect buildings from lightning strikes and became an essential innovation in the field of electrical engineering. Franklin's contributions to science didn't end with electricity. He also worked on the theory of fluid dynamics, where he studied the movement of air and fluids and their effects on various objects. His work on the Gulf Stream was groundbreaking, and his studies of ocean currents helped improve navigation. Franklin was also a keen inventor, developing a range of devices aimed at improving everyday life. These included the Franklin stove, which was more efficient and safer than traditional fireplaces, and bifocal glasses, which allowed people with both near and far-sightedness to see more clearly. Franklin's inventions, while practical, reflected his belief that science and innovation should serve the common good, improving society as a whole. As tensions between the American colonies and Great Britain escalated in the 1760s and 1770s, Franklin became increasingly involved in politics and the revolutionary cause. By 1757, Franklin had moved to London as a representative of the Pennsylvania Assembly, and it was during his time in Britain that he first encountered the growing conflict between the colonies and the British government. Franklin was initially an advocate for reconciliation, but as British policies became more oppressive, particularly with the Stamp Act of 1765 and the Intolerable Acts of 1774, he became a staunch advocate for American independence. He returned to Philadelphia in 1775, just as the American Revolution was beginning. In 1776, Franklin was appointed as a commissioner to France to gain support for the American Revolution. His diplomatic skills, charm, and deep understanding of European politics made him an invaluable asset to the American cause. His success in securing French aid, both in terms of military support and financial assistance, was pivotal to the success of the Revolution. Franklin's role in the Treaty of Paris, which formally ended the war in 1783, cemented his legacy as one of the foremost diplomats of his time. After the American Revolution, Franklin's life continued to be marked by his commitment to public service and his pursuit of knowledge. He played a key role in the drafting of the U.S. Constitution in 1787, offering his wisdom and experience as a statesman. Though Franklin was in his 80s by this time, his contributions to the development of the American Republic were invaluable. He believed in the importance of compromise and unity, and his influence was felt throughout the Constitutional Convention. Franklin also spent his later years focusing on philanthropic endeavors. He supported the establishment of public institutions, including the first American public library in 1731, and worked to advance education and scientific research. His efforts to promote civic responsibility and his commitment to community service have been enduring aspects of his legacy. Even after his death in 1790, Benjamin Franklin remained a symbol of American innovation, pragmatism, and leadership. His life and work exemplified the ideals of the Enlightenment and laid the foundation for the American experiment in democracy. Benjamin Franklin's influence extended far beyond his lifetime, and his impact on American culture and the world is still felt today. As a founding figure of the United States, Franklin helped to shape the nation's identity, values, and institutions. His focus on reason, self-improvement, and public welfare laid the groundwork for the progressive policies of later generations. Franklin's intellectual legacy continues to inspire modern science and invention. His approach to problem-solving, which combined curiosity, experimentation, and practical application, remains a model for innovators and researchers. The principles of public service and civic engagement that he championed have become central tenets of American democracy. Franklin's contributions as a statesman and diplomat also continue to resonate. His ability to navigate the complex political landscape of his time, build alliances, and advocate for American interests on the world stage set a high standard for future leaders. In essence, Benjamin Franklin's life was a testament to the power of curiosity, perseverance, and service to the greater good. His multifaceted contributions, whether in science, politics, or philosophy, helped define a new nation and continue to shape its future. Benjamin Franklin's story is one of intellectual brilliance, ingenuity, and service to others. From his early days as a printer to his role as a key architect of the American Revolution, Franklin's life spanned nearly a century of remarkable achievements. He helped to create a new nation and lay the foundations for modern American society, all while making groundbreaking contributions to science, literature, and diplomacy. Franklin's legacy is a reminder of the power of curiosity, the value of learning, and the importance of using one's talents for the betterment of society. Whether as an inventor, a statesman, or a philosopher, Franklin embodied the ideals of the Enlightenment and the potential of human progress. As we look back on his life, we are reminded of the enduring power of one individual's ability to make a profound impact on the world. Benjamin Franklin's example continues to inspire generations, proving that with a curious mind and a heart dedicated to service, one person can indeed change the world.